Shalom, first and foremost, all praise and glory to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bashim, Rakakwadash, that belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations for you men and women out there listening and learning, change your lives towards righteousness. Shalom to you of the hopeful elect. Quick video, quick reincarnation video. I try to get these to where they're more edifying so they be longer, but then also I want to get the shorter ones so maybe I can, be a better teacher of saying much in few words. So let's see if we can get through this, because this is a foundational piece that you have to understand and know in these scriptures. Okay, you have to know that uh, how should I say it? That these things, as they play out, they're going to continue to repeat. Okay, so when you understand that this whole death process of how this works with reincarnation and the meaning of it and so on and so forth, then you get a sense of understanding of the scriptures, that why things repeat and why certain souls are back and certain things that continue to happen on the earth balance out. Okay, so with that being said, a few words, right? This is 2nd Ezra 14. I'm going to go straight to verse 34. Therefore, if you so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. Okay? And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Okay, so it's showing you even after death, if people died in wickedness and people, and then some people died serving the Lord, they should get their reward still. Okay, to their good or their bad. And that's what it says. Okay, 2 Corinthians 5 and 10, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that every one may receive the thing done in his body, right? Not just done when they were in the flesh. Okay, according to that he have done, whether he be good or bad. Okay, whether it be good or bad. So you have to know that you got to get judged. And if you passed away, you don't get to just go away scot-free. Wow, I'm good. I didn't get judged. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. And I always like to bring that terror part into this, because you got to know that fire, when everybody comes back and that fire's on the line, man, it's going to be tough, right? We persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High. And I trust that also are made manifest in your consciences. So it should bug your conscience, man. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing enough? And trying to fight the flesh to that the things of the body don't hinder you from doing the things that your spirit is willing to do. It's a struggle even for myself, right? Matthew 11. Okay, I'm gonna start verse 7. And as they departed, Yahawashi began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, what went, and this is quote, right? Red letter, what went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind. Let me get this in the NLT. Let's see what it says. All right. It says, Matthew 11:7, as John's disciples were leaving, Yahawashi began to talk about him to the crowds. What kind of man, quote, right? What kind of man did you go into the wilderness and see? Was he a weak reed, swayed by every breath of wind? Or were you expecting to see a man dressed in expensive clothes? No, people with expensive clothes live in palaces. Were you looking for a prophet? Yes, and he is more than a prophet. John is the man whom the scriptures refer when they say, look, I am sending my messenger ahead of you, and he will prepare your way before you. That's Malachi, I should say that. Yep, Malachi 3. I'm going to get that in a moment, right? Matter of fact, that will let me do it. Yep, real quick. Malachi 3:1 in NLT. Look, I am sending my messenger, and he will prepare the way before me. Then the Lord you are seeking will suddenly come to his temple. the messenger of the covenant, whom you look so eagerly, is surely coming. That's how you know that's that end time, right? It's surely coming. But Yahawashi is that person. But let me continue. Then I'll go to that that Malachi. I tell you the truth, of all that whoever lived, none is greater than John the Baptist. Yet even the least person in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he is. And from the time John the Baptist began preaching until now, the kingdom of heaven has been forcefully advancing, and violent people are attacking it. For before John came, all the prophets and the law of Moses look forward to his present time. And if you are willing to accept what I say, he is Elijah, the one the prophets said would come. And look, this in the NLT literally said Elijah. Okay? And where they said Malachi 4. All right? There's another one in there. The kingdom of heaven suffer violence, right? That's what it says on the other side. Yeah. Malachi 3 and 1. Yep. We're going to go to those. Look. But it literally said it was Elijah. Okay. Oops. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. And why is it saying that? Because you have to have the Heavenly Father had to unlock that understanding for you. Okay, some people just won't be able to see it. Okay. Let me so that showed the reincarnation of Elijah into John the Baptist. Malachi 3 and 1. Because I just read it in the NLT, I read it in the KJV this time. It says, behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me, and the Lord, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. Yeah, we should start keeping the commandments. I think the Negroes should be keeping the commandments. Like of the Bible. I think, almost like the Jewish people doing. We should be keeping the laws that the Bible say we keep as a people. Let's start doing that. It's how he could have came. So I believe he came and said that, man, and it sprouted into One West. But anyway, I digress. 2, but who may abide the day of his coming, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner of fire and the fuller's soap. Yeah, that's going into, all right, let me see, the 4th chapter. Yeah, let me get that verse. Yep, Malachi 4 and 5. Look, I am sending you the prophet Elijah before the great and dreadful day of the Lord arrives. And that's what happened. John the Baptist was sent first before Yahawashi was sent. The forerunner, okay? His preaching will turn the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers. To the forefathers. When our forefathers kept the statutes, laws, and commandments, he's going to bring the rest of the people back toward that. That's why we're starting to see, because that happened already. That's why we're starting to see that Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are starting to call yourself Israelites. Okay? You're starting to see yourself as Israelites all of a sudden. Okay? Because this was coming to pass. It came to pass back then, and it came to pass. That's why we're doing it now, according to faith, right? It says his preaching will turn the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the hearts of children to their fathers. Otherwise, I will come and strike the land with a curse. All right, but it shows that would happen. That's why Malachi 1 is in there. Okay. Another one to try to keep simple. So I read in NLT, Matthew 1 and 1. It said, this is the record of the ancestors of Yahawashi, the Messiah, a descendant of David and of Abraham. But when you read it in the KJV, it says, the book of the generation of Yahawashi Mashiach, the son of David. Right? Who was that? Who was that son of David? Isaac, the son of Abraham. Who was the son of Abraham? Okay. The son of David, which was Solomon, the son of Abraham, which was Isaac. Okay. And that only makes sense. All right. And Isaac begat Jacob. That would make sense, man. And just to say it plainly like this, forgive me if I misspeak on this, but when you see Yahawashi being the son of the Heavenly Father, who do you see with him there in the beginning? With the Elohim. Who do you see there? The Elohim, man, which became the Israelites. You see how that still happened? Became the sons of God. The sons of God got broken down into to Abraham, and then the father line continues through Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. Okay, you starting in the 12, okay, patriarchs, you start seeing that down to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans and Israelite foreigners. All right. Anyway, it says, okay, so this is 2 Samuel 7. I was still reading the NLT. It says, I will be his father and he will be my son. If he sins, I will correct and discipline him with the rod of men, like any father would. But my favor will not be taken from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I removed from your sight. Right? And the Most High did that for David, right? But watch, your house and your kingdom will continue before me for all time, and your throne will be secure forever. Wait, whoa, when did this forever happen? Because his son didn't have the kingdom forever. David's son Solomon didn't get because King David's son is Solomon, we all know, right? And did he have the kingdom forever? Hold on, let's Google.
As Christ of Latter-day Saints. During the 40 years that Solomon ruled as king of Israel, there was peace and unity throughout his vast domain.
Okay. And that's 1 Kings 1:11. Let's check it. 1 Kings 11, straight to the point, 42. Yep. It says Solomon ruled in Jerusalem over all Israel, which is that's what we're looking for 40 years. It said forever. So who has an everlasting dominion forever, right? Daniel 7, I'll read it in NLT. Start at verse 13. As my vision continued that night, I saw someone like a son of man, or like a son of man, all caps, meaning Yahawashi, coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient One and was led into his presence. He was given authority. This was Yahawashi. He was given authority, honor, and sovereignty over all the nations of the world, so that people of every race and nation and language would obey him. His rule is eternal. He will never end. It will never end. His kingdom will never be destroyed. Okay? So that's forever. Okay? They will rule forever and ever. Verse 18. Okay? All right. That was what I wanted out of there.
Weigh his heart after other gods. And his heart was not wholly true to the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth the goddess of the Sidonians, and after Milcom the abomination of the Ammonites.
Okay. Going into, right? Now, I just clicked on what was the consequence of Solomon's repeated sins. Later, his marriage and other marriages to foreign wives proved to be a major factor in the downfall of Israel, for Solomon began worshiping the false gods of these other nations and was condemned by the Lord, right? We were already there in First Kings, the 11th chapter. Let's see. Okay, First Kings 3 counts of two mothers living in the same house. They've been smothered, and the other claiming boy their own. That's not what I want. Okay, this is First Kings 11. Speaking of King Solomon, right? And this is going to show you that the fulfillment of that in Samuel. Okay, it says now King Solomon loved many foreign women. This is in the NLT. Besides Pharaoh's daughter, he married women from Moab, Ammon, um, Edom, Sidon, and from among the Hittites. The Lord had clearly instructed the people of Israel, you must not marry them because they will turn your hearts to their gods. Yet Solomon insisted on loving them anyway. Right? When he was doing the experiment, right? Anyway, it says he had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines, right? And in fact, they did turn his heart away from the Lord, right? And in Solomon's old age, they turned his heart to worship other gods instead of being completely faithful to the Lord Yahweh, his power, as his father David had been. He wasn't perfect. He went off at the end. All right? And it shows you the gods that he worshiped right there. Okay, Solomon worshiped Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Sidonians. And Ashtoreth is who? It's woman worship, man. He was worshiping all them damn women. The detestable god of the Ammonites. And this was Molech, the detestable god of the Ammonites. And I think, let me see what it says here. Yeah, Molech also in 1133. Okay, yeah. So let me get to it. 1 Kings 11 and 9, it says, the Lord was very angry with Solomon, for his heart had turned away from the Lord Yahweh thy power of Israel, who had appeared to him twice. He had warned Solomon specifically about worshiping other gods, but Solomon did not listen to the Lord's commands. So now the Lord said to him, since you have not kept my covenant, if you sin, I will chasten him with the stripes of men. Remember, right? Disobeyed my and have disobeyed my decrees, I will surely tear the kingdom away from you and give it to one of your servants. Okay? But for the sake of your father David, I will not do this while you are still alive. I will take the kingdom away from your son. Okay? So he didn't just kill him, right? He didn't chasten him with the stripes of men. Okay? But we're going to keep going.
According to Wikipedia, after a reign of 40 years, 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 42, he died of natural causes, at around 55 years of age.
I had it up. Just want to double check. See what they try to throw something else in there. But it says, I want to read up a little bit. Where'd it go? Yeah. Yeah, he was angry with David. I mean, with, with Solomon. This is 1 Kings 11. 36. His son will have one tribe. Whoa. Okay, verse 36 again, 1 Kings 11. His son will have one tribe so that the descendants of David, my servant, will continue to reign, shining like a lamp in Jerusalem. Who's that? That's really Yahawashi, right? The city I have chosen to be the place for my name. And I will place you on the throne of Israel, and you will rule over all that your heart desires. if you listen to what I tell you and follow my ways and do whatever I consider to be right, and if you obey my decrees and commands, and we know Yahawashi was perfect, right? And commands as my servant David did, then I will always, and we know Solomon didn't. He went and worshiped other gods, okay? And as for the gods of his wives, right? And my servant David did, then I will always be with you. I will establish an enduring dynasty for you as I did for David, and I will give Israel to you. And we know it got split after Solomon, right? But it also had was going to come back under King Solomon, which will be Yahawashi. Okay, but the everlasting part still connects, right? Because of Solomon's sin, I will punish the descendants of David, though not forever. Whoa. So he's punishing the descendants. Okay? It didn't say that they would punish him with the stripes of men, right? Solomon tries to kill Jeroboam, but he fled to King Shinak of Egypt, stayed there until Solomon died. A summary of Solomon's reign, or the death of Solomon, right? The rest of the events in Solomon's reign, included all his deeds and his wisdom, are recorded in the books of the Acts of Solomon, right? Solomon ruled in Jerusalem over all Israel for 40 years, not forever, right? When he died, he was buried, okay, in the city of David, named for his father. Then his son Rehoboam became the next king, okay? But watch this. Hebrews 7, unlike in 27, unlike those other high priests, he does not need to offer sacrifices every day because Yahawashi is already perfect, which you should know that's who we're talking about here. Okay, right here it should say 26. He is the kind of high priest we need because he is holy and blameless, without sin, right? Unstained by sin, right? He has been set apart from sinners and has been given the highest place of honor in heaven. Unlike those other high priests who does not need to offer sacrifices every day. Excuse me, he does not need to offer sacrifices every day. They did this for their own sins first and then for the sins of the people. Right? That's how the Levites did it. But Yahawashi did this once for all when he offered himself as the sacrifice for the people's sins as well as his own. Because this is when he was chastened by the rod of men, or the stripes of men. I forgot how it was said in Samuel. Okay? But yeah, okay, and this shows it. When he did it himself, he offered for once. Okay? And this is how he was chastened. That's how it's tying him back into Yahawashi. So I just want to kind of bring a few other precepts versus the same basic ones on the Maccabees. Yeah, those are still there. Okay, Second Esdras, 14th chapter, Ecclesiastes. Yeah, those are all great precepts. And you can even go deeper in, in Cain and the serpent, and then Revelation. You can tie all that in, but these were just some, especially with John the Baptist and Yahawashi. So just wanted to kind of go into that a little bit. Or when it's edifying, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Arachak that belongs to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto the elect. To the next one, shalom.